Hey guys, welcome to the show. In this episode, well...
Shoot! Shoot him!
Yep, in this episode we're taking a look at another bad movie that comes highly recommended, so...
Shoot him!
Grab hold of your police badge, your samurai sword, and your favourite wig because this is Samurai Cop. Okay, so right away, there's going to be quite a few people out there that have seen Samurai Cop and are maybe aware of its reputation as one of the best good bad movies out there, but for those of you who don't know about this movie and the strange appeal that it has, this one's for you.
This is for you, Dad.
Samurai Cop came out in 1991, was directed by Emir Shervan, and it's about a cop who's just transferred to a new precinct and with the help of his new partner, tries to take down a badass crime boss. Look at that mullet.
Call New York and get somebody to break both of those samurai cops' legs.
It's a pretty standard cop story in that respect, but as usual, I recommend you watch this movie for all the wrong reasons, or to put it another way, the enjoyment you'll get from this movie is witnessing how tragically wrong the production of a movie can turn out and how unintentionally hilarious this can be. Take this scene here for example. After a car chase where one of the bad guys crashes his van, which of course ends up on fire, that then sets him on fire, the bad guy in question is very obviously not the same person that was driving the van. Clearly. Eventually when they put him out, not only can you see 100% it's a stuntman and not the actor, he raises his head not even pretending to be in pain to look off camera, probably at the director, and while all this is going on, the character can be heard in the background screaming his head off in agony. It's just tremendously terrible filmmaking, but like I said, it is fun to watch. So before we go any further with examples of why you should watch this movie with a group of friends for shits and giggles, who actually is Samurai Cop?
They call him Samurai. He speaks fluent Japanese.
Samurai Cop's actually just a cop whose real name is Joe Marshall, and to be honest, I've got no idea why he's called Samurai Cop other than he supposedly speaks fluent Japanese.
What's his name? Omaha, Yamaha, whatever his name is, right?
Speaks fluent Japanese, huh?
He got his martial arts training from the masters in Japan.
From what we get in this movie, Samurai Cop's two favourite things in life are hunting down bad guys and the pursuit of almost every woman he lays his eyes on. Seriously.
How would you like to eat somewhere else for a change? With me?
And some of the scenes that we get from this are just... what's the word that I'm looking for? Ridiculous. Example, this scene when he's in the hospital, supposedly on official police business, and he talks to this random nurse.
Do you like what you see?
I love what I see.
Okay, that's a pretty strange thing to say to someone you've just met, but go on.
Would you like to touch what you see?
Yes, I would.
Even stranger.
Would you like to go out with me?
Yes, I would.
Well, that was easy. Also a bizarre time to cut to his partner that we'll get to later, but do you see what I mean? This level of, let's call it flirting, just comes out of nowhere. No build-up, nothing. Just right in there. She might as well just come out and ask him if he wants to... you know. No, surely not. Does she?
Bingo.
And that's part of the weird, almost amateur-style wrongdoings that this movie brings to the table. Not only do we get pretty bad acting, the dialogue is so awful and cheesy at times that you'll be left stunned, amused and surprised.
Okay, Joe, keep it up.
Oh, it's up and ready. You just keep it warm.
And for the record, the guy that actually plays Samurai Cop, actor Matthew Caridas, billed here as Matt Hannon, I'm going to call him Samurai Cop, seems to be a pretty cool dude because anytime I've seen him talk about this movie, he knows it's bad and goes along with the joke. He gets it. He even signed up for the sequel that came out in 2015 that I have not seen yet, so can't comment on, but normally good bad movies are hard to make intentionally. They just happen by accident, so my hopes aren't high for the sequel. Anyway, moving on. As you're watching this movie, you're going to notice just how odd it looks from shot to shot. Like, during a conversation, everything in one scene is really orange, then it cuts to the other character who's supposed to be in the same room and everything now looks blue. It clearly doesn't match up and can actually be quite jarring at times. That aside, it is quite funny when it happens. Anyway, that doesn't matter because B-movie legend Robert Z'Dara's in this movie and just look at the good bad gold he gives us.
And he's burned bad. Real bad.
It's clearly not the actor's fault here because we've seen him do way better in another movie we've talked about previously on the show. A little number called Tango and Cash.
Come here!
want to talk to you. When I get out of here, I'm gonna tear you a new ass.
But like everything else in this movie, his performance is laugh out loud bad. I mean, how can Robert Z'Dar go from this to this?
I want his head on this piano.
I will bring you his head and I will place it on your piano.
It just feels really awkward. Unintentionally hysterical, but just awkward. You might recognise a few other faces here and there, like this guy from Big Trouble in Little China, and of course, we get the standard issue angry police captain who says the strangest things.
I feel like somebody stuck a big club up my ass, and it hurts. We've got to figure out a way to get it out of there.
Speaking of angry police captains, my favourite's probably the captain in Loaded Weapon.
You think trying taking a holiday? We'll think again. What the hell you want, Luger?
Love the way he just constantly shouts, never dropping the volume, even when he's offering beverages.
Doing suicide. Coffee? Cappuccino? Espresso?
But the captain in Samurai Cop is a pretty close second on the scale of funniest over-the-top angry captains. It's not just what he says, it's the way he says it.
I want you to find that motherfucking Japanese gangster.
Anyway, back to Samurai Cop. Why is he called Samurai Cop again?
He speaks fluent Japanese.
What does katana mean? It means Japanese sword.
Ah, yes, Samurai Cop, with all your fine police work and tremendous skills in the art of fighting. Did his wig just fall off? Right, let's address the samurai in the wig shop. What the hell is going on with that wig? That has got to be the worst hairpiece of all time. Well, maybe there have been others, but this one is pretty bad. I mean, come on. I can maybe in my wildest dreams accept that someone somewhere thought that that wig was acceptable, but how can a shot clearly showing the wig falling off make it into the final cut of this movie? It's madness. Utter madness. So, terrible editing decisions aside, the actor did have long hair in this movie. Turns out though that after filming was complete, he cut his hair short but was then called back to film additional scenes, so they had to give him a wig to wear and just... wow. Look at it! How did the director possibly think this was going to be okay? Maybe he thought this hat would help hide it, but this is the first time in the movie we see Samurai Cop and just look at that thing. And you know what? It kinda looks like he knows how bad it is as well. You can feel his pain. Ever watch a movie where there's an exciting car chase with some great stunts and camera shots?
Whoa, 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 whoa!
Samurai Cop tries its best. And yes, that was clearly sped up to make it look like they're going faster, but the even more ridiculous thing going on in this whole chase scene is just how many times we hear Samurai Cop say, shoot, shoot him.
Shoot! Shoot him! Shoot! Shoot him! Shoot! Shoot him! Shoot! Shoot him! You got it!
And he even throws in a little, oh, you got him!
You got him!
Okay, the lines are repetitive, but why is he saying that such a weird way?
You got him!
And what's going on with the overacting while he's dodging in the car?
Shoot! Shoot him!
The movie's dialogue does tend to repeat itself, and we'll get back to that shortly, but first...
No one goes in the room except for doctors and nurses, got it?
Okay, Joe.
Alright.
So how do you sneak Robert Z'Dar into a hospital room? Well, that was easy to explain. Like Samurai Cop. And this scene then leads us back nicely to the hilarious repetitive dialogue that this movie gives us. After emerging from his wee hospital cart hideout, Robert Z'Dar proceeds to cut off the head to place on the piano and makes his escape, but security try to stop him.
Hey, wait a minute. I want to talk to you.
As he's leaving, everybody trying to stop him just keeps saying the same thing.
Hey, wait a minute. Stop. Hey, wait a minute.
Hey, wait a minute.
Hey, wait a minute, doctor!
And if all of that wasn't enough to get you to give this lovable monstrosity of a movie a try, how about some good old over-death acting? And again. And again. And again. And again.
Freeze!
Yes! He almost seems confused that he's been shot. It's like he doesn't quite know what to do, but then remembers to try and shoot. And is that over-death acting? More like insta-death acting? All the good, bad stuff aside, one thing that actually did annoy me a wee bit in this movie is the nudity. Yes, I just said that. I obviously get that this is a movie of its time, but not only are there multiple prolonged and kinda awkward looking sex scenes, the movie really does love to flash the flesh. So it's maybe not for absolutely everyone, but Yeah, why are we watching these awkward moments when we could be enjoying even more over-death acting like here, where we get maybe the champion over-death acting of the whole movie? An added bonus with this movie is the rewatchability. Is that a word? Rewatchableness? Okay, how about it's got great replay value because there's always going to be a little something you missed because you were laughing so much at the time. Example, it wasn't until I watched this again recently that I noticed something new.
Hold on, hold on, hold on.
Did he actually say "ow wee" when he fell out the van? Awesome. And I must make a special mention of Samurai Cop's partner Frank. See, I told you we'd get back to him later on. Anyway, after watching this movie, there's a good chance that Frank will be your favourite character.
Have you been circumcised?
It's almost as if he totally knew that he was in a shit movie, but was just going along with it and plays the role like one cool, laid-back dude.
Why did you come under?
I'm an undercover cop.
Of course, the dialogue and acting is as bad as everyone else involved here, but the funny thing is when it's cutting to him during a conversation and he's reacting, it just feels strange and out of place. He could literally be reacting to anything that's being said to him and it wouldn't look any worse than what we're getting here.
I was Joan of Arc in my former life.
You killed my father, you killed my people! Would you like some tea?
Yes.
Still, not as bad as the delivery we get for Samurai Cop in this scene when he's face to face with the bad guy.
I'm telling these son of a bitches that we respect the Japanese of this country.
I can't tell if it's the script or the acting, but what the hell is going on here?
And yeah, this is the land of opportunity for legitimate business.
It's the acting that's bad, right?
I'll have their stinking bodies in garbage bags and ship them back to Japan for fertilizer.
Or is it the script?
By the way, what's an all-American girl like you doing with a geek like this?
Nope, it's both. Frank. Random side note, what in the name of Sarah Douglas is going on with that big fucking lion head in the background? It's not even in the background here, it's taking up half the shot. Why? Just why? It's not part of the story in any way, so why is it so prominent in this scene? It's like someone was very, very proud of it and just had to get it into the shot. And it's just staring right into the camera as well. Look, it's just weird. Funny, but weird. And on that note, let's wrap this bad boy up. Samurai Cop is a terrible, terrible movie, but you've got to love it. Like I've said many, many times before on this show, bad movies can be great in the right environment, and this is certainly one of them. Sit down with a group of friends who aren't easily offended and enjoy everything wrong with this movie. From the way it looks, which is awful, to the way it sounds.
Hey, wait a minute.
It will keep you entertained one way or another from start to finish. Anyway, as always, thanks for watching guys. Take care, and remember,
He speaks fluent Japanese.
I can't believe I actually almost forgot to mention possibly like the greatest shot or moment in this movie. He walks into the room, throws his sunglasses, and just look how they land on the couch. It's perfect. End communication.